All right, Shalom.
Shalom. All right, shalom.
All right, first and foremost, we have to give all the praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh,
Yahweh, Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Yahushai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Barakadash.
Rakakadash. I'd like to say double honors and respect to our apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule well and taught us His truth. We'd also like to say much love, peace, and salutations to the Lord's elect, the hopeful elect in the 1/3. This is Brother Salah.
Brother Barak.
What's up?
All right, Barak Basak. We still in the Basak. We have to end the Basak because it is sundown. But today's lesson, Lord willing, is gonna be quick, fast, straight to the point, right? These curses, man, they're falling upon these Edomites, right? So you see the thumbnail. It says here, a father threw a chair at a judge after his daughter's killer was sentenced to only 120 hours of community service, right? So let's get straight into it. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30, verse 7, right? And it says here, in the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecute thee, right? Yeah, man, this Edomite father, man, he, reasonably, right, he crashed out because his loved one, his daughter, man, her killer only got sentenced to 120 hours. Not 10 years, not even 5 years, man. 120 fucking hours of community service, man. And it goes to show you, man, that when Esau's in rulership, man, you're not gonna get a fair judgment, right? And now these curses are starting to hop on you damn devils, right? So before we play, this short clip, let's get the copyright disclaimer. All right, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. All right, with that out of the way, we're gonna play the video.
Foregoing and considering the penalties usually imposed for similar cases, the court is of the opinion that Verbarkten should be given an unconditional community service for the duration of 120 hours sub judice per data hecticus.
Yeah, man, and it's it's gonna get worse for you fucking Edomites, right? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people will rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people will mourn. And you see all those motherfuckers crying in that courtroom, man, after he just crashed out and realized, like, what? That's it. That's like not no damn 10 years, not no damn 5 years, man. Man, like 120 hours of fucking community service, right? Like a damn child could do that. Right, and you mean to tell me that's justice, man? Well, let's see what the scripture says about for murder, right? What did it say? What did it say in the book of Leviticus about murder? Let's see. An eye for an eye. Right. The book of Matthew, right. And let's see right here, because I want to get this in the blue letter. All right, red letter. Yeah, Matthew chapter 5 verse 38. It says, "Ye have heard that it hath been said, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. But I say unto you that ye resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek." Slocky. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant to get out. But
But that's
KJV.
how do I say it? That's a false balance. If you think about it.
Law.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, on murder. Let's see. Yeah. Leviticus 24 verse 17. Let's get that. Right here, very straightforward. Leviticus 24 verse 17. And he that killeth any man shall surely be put to death. Right, and and what the fuck happened here? Her daughter's killer wasn't put to death. He was only given what he like Esau was given a slap on the wrist, but now because it's affecting you other Edomites, you other fucking devils, man. Now you're starting to feel what Jake's been feeling, man. The injustice and the iniquity, man. Talking about that false balance, right? That Jake's been feeling, right? And let's get that.
I got something after you.
Right, right, yeah. Proverbs chapter 11, starting at verse 1. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai, but a just weight is his delight. When pride cometh, then cometh shame, but with the lowly is wisdom, right? The integrity of the upright shall guide them, but the perverseness of transgressors shall destroy them, right? And you seeing, man, what's happening to a wicked nation right now. They're reaping, man, the rewards. For being that violent, wicked, perverse people on the planet, right there, because you don't know what his daughter did in their past lives or whatever to deserve that judgment, right? Which proves to you that that reincarnation does exist, right? For the ones that that can understand that, right? Right, and this is exactly why Yahweh Shibal Shai, man, it's starting to bring his it's like it's starting to make his judgments manifest on earth, right? These damn devils, right? Aside from everything coming about them, the Lord lifting up their skirts, right? Exposing their shame. The Lord's also causing these strange calamities on these damn devils. Why? Because we're nearing the end of their kingdom, right? This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2, right? It says here when the Slaki. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 34. It says here, righteousness exalteth a nation, but sin is a reproach to any people, right? And now these damn devils are starting to feel that shame, right? And I bet you that judge was fucking ashamed after she got that damn chair thrown at her, right? She, acting all like, acting all fucking surprised, right? Surprised fucking Pikachu face, man. That fucking chair got thrown at her for for even making that fucking judgment, putting his ass in community service, right? Not even giving him fucking jail time. Really, that killer should have been put to fucking death, right? But the fact that she only gave that nigga like 120 hours of community service, man. I was surprised the father didn't like Jake, man, how Jake jumped over for that judge when he got judgment, like the father threw a chair at her, and then all they did was just escort his ass out, man. But it goes to show you, man. Job 9:24. The earth has been truly been given into the hand of the wicked, right? And that these people, right? They're not as in trouble as other men, right? That's why you're seeing Esau crash out as he is, man. Like real soon, man. When shit starts to boil down, when the power gets cut off, when we get no more internet, everything gets censored on YouTube, man. You truly about to see the book of Isaiah chapter 19, take place, right? That Egyptian against Egyptian, right? Isaiah 19 verse 2, if I'm not mistaken, that all this is about to transpire very soon, man. And it's about to get very, very violent out here, man. That's why we need the Lord Yahweh Shem during these times.
I kind of bring a precept out real quick.
Go ahead.
I got just real quick. It's Ecclesiasticus 10:8. It says, "Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another." Right? You're seeing these curses being put onto these fucking devils now. And then now all of a sudden they're complaining, and they're realizing that it's the end of their kingdom, and and now they're feeling the squeeze, right? And these people are gonna. This is just the beginning, right? They're gonna have to get put into slavery, right? So.
And they really not gonna like that, man. Like they'll try to crash out, man. But we just gonna whoop their ass, man. Like the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshua, he's gonna put the spirit on on his men, right, on the Israelites, right? So to figure out ways to make these devils suffer and pay, because what they're getting right now is just a taste of what we've been going through, man. Soon they about to see that their full recompense, right? Right, but now what they're experiencing, right? Jumping back a few verses in the same chapter, the book of Sirach, or book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 10, right? It says here, an unwise king destroyeth his people, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city shall be inhabited, right? And what you're seeing right now, and really it's the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai, guiding the spirits of these judges, these leaders, these rulers, these kings, right? Right, to destroy it off themselves, right? Why? Because like you said, brother Barak, we're at the end of this man's kingdom, right? The Lord to be out watching outside his appointed bounds that he cannot pass, and we're at the end of those bounds, right? Call Allah Yahweh outside, man. We about to get the fuck out of this, this wicked ass place. Right. We're gonna close off in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and the book of Timothy, because because they speak of the same thing, right? And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And if you go into the word cold in the Greek, it goes into the word psychos or psychos, right? As people are becoming psychotic, right? Right, Yahweh Shai, in the red letter is saying, verse 13, but he that shall endure, right, meaning what, bear hardship, right, bear all these iniquities, right, see all these injustices, right, not crash out, not fold, not given to temptation, the major one being that RFID microchip, the mark of the beast, right, he that endures, he that doesn't take the chip, right, the same shall be saved, right, pray that Yahweh Bashi Shai, because when you read during the Pesach, man, when you read Luke 22, man, Yahweh Shai, told his disciples, hey, wake up and pray, man, stop sleeping, man, because why, man, he knows bad times, right, trouble is coming to to his disciples, right, that persecution, that's why he tells us to pray, man, the Lord be with us and guide us. This is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 1. This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy, without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers, incontinence, fierce, despisers of those that are good, right? And that's mostly starting out, with our own people, right? 2/3, right? And that's why 2/3 of our people got to go, because they've taken on the customs of Esau, man. That's why the Yahushua said to them, ye are your father, the devil, and the lust after them that ye shall do, for ye both not in the truth. Roughly paraphrasing. Traitors, heedy, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than the lovers of God, Yahweh, man. Having a form of godliness, but having the form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away, right? Actors, man, agents,
They just go
and,
to
and, and
church and and act like they care about the Lord, but their hearts were far from the Lord, right? They don't study to show themselves approved, and they don't rehearse the righteous acts to the best of their ability. So their foundation is built off of just sand, right? So you have people like this, like put into power, right? And they're basically, this is why ultimately the righteous have to be put back into rulership, because for shit like this you would have been put to death.
yeah, order would be restored, right? A man like this, right? The daughter's killed will be killed right there, and then he gets judgment, right? He can mourn for his daughter. His mind will be put at ease, right? For that time, right. Because why? Righteous judgment has been executed, but because and you know what? The spirit of Yahweh Shai, man. The Ruach HaKodesh, brought me note to another precept, because judgment is not executed expediently, because
Judgment against the evil work. Yeah.
is, yeah. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 11, and it says here, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set them to do evil, right? Motherfuckers like this, like this devil's killer, right? Think that and other devils like these think they can keep getting away with it. That's why Jacob's trouble, man, is gonna be all holy hell, man. And I'm breaking loose, man. Motherfuckers think about it this way, man. Motherfuckers think they can kill still a person until someone else kills them, right? And that cycle is gonna keep continuing, right? And that's why it says, the day of the Lord is like if they met if they flee from a lion, right? Roughly paraphrasing. Because it's just gonna be nothing but straight violence after violence, man. Judgment after judgment. So that's the day of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. And verse 12, though a sinner do evil 100 times and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear God, Yahweh, man, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before God, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. And these devils right now, every motherfucker you see in this picture, man, these niggas, man, they're gonna die a horrible, grievous deaths, man, because Esau doesn't uphold the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. It's not meant for him. They are the wicked. Right. All right, so that pretty much wraps up this this lesson right here. Unless you brothers have anything else you want to add.
That's it.
That's all I got.
All right, so with that, I hope this lesson's been quick, edifying, and straight to the point. With that, we have to say, call Halayim La, Abanawa, Yahweh,
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua,
Ba'ashem,
Kakadash.
Double honors and respect to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, who rule well and taught us his truth. We'd also like to say much love, peace, and salutations to the Lord's elect, the whole elect and 1/3. This is Brother Salah.
Brother Brock.
What's up?
With that, we'd say Shalom.
Shalom.